So, I mean, these are two guys that have accomplished a lot. You know, it's one of what you would call a super fight.
Absolutely.
And I do super fights, so.
After the thrilling fight between Canelo and Crawford, the boxing world is buzzing and experts are sharing strong opinions. Some believed Canelo would win due to his strength, while others backed Crawford for his intelligence. Hasim Rahman Sr., a former heavyweight champion, believes Terence Crawford will beat Canelo Alvarez in their next bout. "I believe Terence can beat him," he said. He continued, "I don't think Terence will knock him out, but he knows how to carry himself in the ring. Terence knows how to control the ring. I believe he holds the position of ring general." He added, "I think Canelo has become spoiled and has recently faced softer opponents. That could hurt him in this fight and in the one after, which will be against Crawford." Terence Crawford has openly expressed his belief that he can overcome weight and size disadvantages. He says, "My ability to adjust and adapt is my greatest attribute, and it will be the key to beating Canelo." He also stated that while everyone knows what Canelo brings to the ring, no one truly knows what Crawford is capable of, so most people just assume Canelo will win.
We don't know how Crawford can compete with Canelo. We don't know. So we know what to expect when we see Canelo come into the ring and when Canelo fights, but we don't know what to expect when we see Crawford, because we never seen Crawford at this weight before.
Crawford has also stated that he plans to fight Canelo Alvarez for the super middleweight title by jumping up 2 weight classes. In this bold move, Crawford aims to become the first male boxer in the 4-belt era to win undisputed titles in 3 different weight classes. Climbing 2 divisions is unprecedented. Crawford explained that when you hear the media and experts talk, they always say they've never seen a smaller great fighter beat a larger great fighter. He went on to say that hearing all the talk surrounding his potential fight with Canelo is exciting. Crawford views his bout with Canelo Alvarez as the ultimate test to secure his legacy as one of the all-time greats. He is eager to rise to the super middleweight challenge with no catchweight restrictions, proving his skills against a much larger and more seasoned opponent in that division. Reflecting on his move through multiple weight classes, he stated, "Beating Canelo will solidify my place among the best ever."
I think that's a broad statement. I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter in today's sports of boxing, other than myself. And I would just like to, fight another great. That's it. That's all. If the fight, happens, I think it'll be the biggest fight in the sport of boxing today.
This is a war for reputation as well as titles. Crawford has stated that he wants to be remembered for taking on the toughest challenges, and defeating Canelo would silence any doubts about his greatness. According to several boxing experts, a win over Canelo at 168 lbs would undoubtedly place Crawford among the top 5 greatest boxers of all time. Initially, Canelo Alvarez was reluctant to face Terence Crawford, questioning the value of fighting a smaller opponent. However, in a recent interview, he acknowledged the public's excitement and the significance of the matchup. Canelo reaffirmed his belief that a fight with Crawford would be one of the biggest events in boxing history.
Always is a chance there, right? We'll see, but always is a chance there, and we're here to make the best deals, and always a chance.
Alvarez changed his mind after realizing that defeating an unbeaten multi-division champion like Crawford would greatly enhance his own legacy. He admitted that a fight of that magnitude would be a major addition to his career and would elevate his standing among boxing legends.
He's a really good fighter, 2 times undisputed champion. He accomplished so much, so can add a lot to my.
Despite the significant weight gain, Alvarez dismissed the size difference as a deciding factor. He referenced his own experience winning titles in 4 weight classes, saying, "Just look how much he's accomplished and how much I've accomplished, so imagine." He emphasized the significance of 2 highly accomplished warriors meeting in the ring. While explaining his stance, he added that everyone sees Crawford as a smaller fighter, but having moved through weight classes himself, he knows that great fighters can perform at higher weights. Canelo also described Crawford as a complete boxer and said fighting him in a new location is exactly the kind of motivation he needs in his career. His goal, he explained, is to open doors around the world, noting how important Latinos are in the Middle East. This fight not only presents a massive financial opportunity for Alvarez, but also offers a chance to defeat an elite, undefeated opponent. Further, securing his legacy among the sport's all-time greats. Despite some concerns, Canelo is optimistic about the commercial impact of a bout with Crawford, predicting it could surpass his 2013 clash with Floyd Mayweather, which earned $150 million and over 1 million pay-per-view sales.
Big deal with TKO?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be bigger. Even the Mayweather fight is gonna be bigger than that.
You think it does more pay-per-view buys than the Mayweather fight?
Yeah, I think so.
These words reflect Canelo's complex perspective on a potential fight with Crawford, balancing his respect for Crawford's abilities with practical factors like timing and the bout's significance. Teddy Atlas, a renowned boxing trainer known for his sharp analysis and no-nonsense attitude, believes Crawford will pull off an upset against Alvarez. Speaking on the Fight podcast, Atlas expressed his belief in Crawford's rare qualities that go beyond physical traits. He said, "I believe you know where I stand. Let me make it clear. I'm not picking against Crawford. I believe he's that special. I think Canelo is great, but Crawford is greater." Atlas also added that Crawford hasn't learned how to lose yet and possesses rare qualities that surpass physical limits. He said, "That's it. Don't like it? Too bad." Teddy Atlas feels confident that Terence Crawford could overcome Canelo Alvarez's size advantage in a potential showdown. He believes Crawford's elite skills, agility, and defensive sharpness would neutralize Canelo's power. Atlas also highlighted Crawford's deep preparation and ring IQ, suggesting that Alvarez's strength wouldn't surprise or intimidate him.
Great guy Crawford, can he, instead of looking at it as a disadvantage that Canelo is so big, can we look at it that maybe he'll be too smart, too slick, too quick, you know what I mean? Too special in those areas, not to allow Canelo to use his size and his counterpunching and everything else.
Atlas admitted that while both fighters are outstanding, Terence Crawford possesses something truly unique. Teddy Atlas's endorsement carries significant weight, given his decades of experience training world champions and analyzing some of boxing's most critical matchups. Former WBO cruiserweight world champion Johnny Nelson has expressed concerns about Crawford's projected weight gain to face Canelo Alvarez. While acknowledging Crawford's exceptional talent, Nelson believes the size and natural strength of Alvarez could pose major challenges. He remarked, "Yeah, I believe weight and size will have a significant impact on the fight." Nelson also emphasized the potential risks involved in jumping weight classes, pointing to past instances where fighters struggled after such transitions. He added, "I believe Canelo will simply be too big and too strong for him. If Crawford gains weight, I think Canelo is a very cerebral boxer, but I'm not sure he's the same competitor he was 5 or 6 years ago." When asked to predict the outcome, Nelson said, "I believe Canelo will beat Crawford, if not stop him, because of the size difference." Meanwhile, David Benavidez also shared his views on the potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight. While he has wished both fighters the best, he offered a brief but telling opinion in a recent interview, describing the matchup simply as a good one.
Crawford looks like it's going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight, and it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
Benavidez has also declared that he plans to compete against both boxers. He has made it clear that he wants to face Canelo Alvarez and believes Canelo will struggle to defeat him in the ring.
That for motivation, I know that Canelo's
I definitely do use that as motivation, because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am.
Benavidez has also declared that he plans to compete against both boxers. He has made it clear that he wants to face Canelo Alvarez and believes Canelo will struggle to defeat him in the ring.
What's the fight with Terence Crawford if it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage.
Given Terence Crawford's previous win over his brother, Jose Benavidez, David Benavidez has shown interest in a rematch against Crawford. He also acknowledged Crawford's skills and abilities in the ring.
He's a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not fighting.
Promoter Bob Arum has also spoken about the potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Initially, Arum believed Canelo's size and strength would be too much for Crawford, saying, "I think Canelo wipes the floor with him." However, Arum later changed his mind after watching Crawford's exceptional skills. He noted that Crawford's ability to switch stances, and his deep boxing knowledge could create serious problems for Canelo. Arum added, "I wouldn't count Crawford out in any fight because he has a unique talent. He's a great boxer, a boxer-puncher, and completely ambidextrous." Despite acknowledging Crawford's abilities, Arum still considers Canelo the favorite, due to his size and power advantage, stating, "You'd have to pick Canelo in that fight because he's the bigger, stronger fighter." Shakur Stevenson, a two-division world champion and close friend of Terence Crawford, has also expressed strong confidence in Crawford's chances of defeating Canelo Alvarez. Even though fans have been discussing a potential Canelo versus Crawford showdown since Crawford's fight with Sean Porter in 2021, Stevenson has made it clear that he believes Crawford's style is uniquely suited to beating Alvarez. Haji was Deres.
Like the greatest. So I just feel as though with Canelo's style and like the style of boxing that he got, I think and this is before Bivol did it. But I thought like Terence Crawford was the only guy who I felt as though could have beat Canelo with his style.
In an interview with Ring Magazine, Shakur Stevenson emphasized Crawford's strength, noting it goes beyond just his right hand. He asked, "How does Canelo handle Bud's power? It's not only the right hand. I understand Canelo has a great chin, but if Bud hits him, will he just move forward and absorb the punches? I honestly don't know. I've seen Bud hurt giants." Stevenson also pointed out that Crawford's southpaw stance could be a crucial factor in the fight. He explained that Crawford's flexibility and ring IQ might play a key role against Canelo. Bud being a southpaw is something I think is underappreciated in this fight. It makes things tougher for Canelo. "I believe Canelo struggles with southpaws," Stevenson stated. His insight adds another layer of intrigue to what could be a historic fight. The question remains, can Crawford carry his power and technique up to 168 pounds and defeat Canelo, or will the Mexican superstar's experience and strength prove too much? Dmitry Bivol, Canelo Alvarez's 2022 opponent, has also shared his early thoughts on the potential clash between Canelo and Terence Crawford. For Bivol, the challenge of jumping to weight.
Of course, it was about size of Crawford. Is it okay for him to move up for 2 weight classes, or not? But then I saw him in Dubai maybe a month ago. I saw him. He's big.
Given the large disparity between 168 lb and the lighter weight classes, Bivol emphasized the importance of properly adjusting to the added pressure and power. He also highlighted the critical role of mental preparation, noting that an opponent's mindset can significantly impact how effectively they perform against
small things which we don't know how he will deal with it. He needs to get used to the power and pressure of 168 because it's big difference, to be honest.
He stated that it's not just about adjusting to power, but also about being mentally prepared. When a fighter enters the ring frightened or unsure, their body tends to weaken. Mentality is important in this fight, he added while discussing the Canelo versus Crawford bout. He further noted how Canelo performed differently against fighters like Jermell Charlo and possibly Callum Smith, attributing the variation more to opponents' mental states than to weight classes. Mexican boxing legend Juan Manuel Marquez also raised concerns about Terence Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez, citing the major weight gap. Marquez believes that moving up 2 weight classes will be a tough challenge for Crawford, and hinted that financial motivation may be behind his decision. He warned that this situation might resemble Canelo's previous bout with Amir Khan, where Khan, a naturally smaller fighter, was overpowered by Alvarez. Marquez emphasized, "Boxing has divisions for a reason, and this one may be too big for Crawford." Crawford himself has stated that, "The most important thing for me right now is that my bank account looks good," suggesting money plays a major role. Marquez's words underscore the physical and strategic challenges ahead. The highly anticipated bout between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is set for September 13, 2025, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, drawing intense attention from boxing insiders. Super middleweight contender David Benavidez acknowledged the difficulty Crawford will face in moving up, while still respecting his skill set. Lightweight boxer Ryan Garcia expressed confidence in Canelo, calling Crawford overhyped and predicting Alvarez would dominate. Meanwhile, light heavyweight champion Artur Beterbiev commented that Canelo's size and strength could give him a clear edge. The boxing world remains divided. Some fans doubt Crawford can compete effectively at super middleweight, while others believe his elite skills might offset the size disadvantage. Analysts continue to debate the possible outcomes of this high-stakes clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez.